All right. So, where we left off, y'all buried the previous burgomaster of the village of Barovia. You had your first encounter with Lord Strahd, who crashed the funeral. And now you are back at the burgomaster's house with Ireena and Ismark. It's still earlier in the day. It's about mid-afternoon now. So y'all have a little bit of time to talk to Ireena and to Ismark before y'all hit the sack for the night and start heading to Vallaki. They're going to be escorting Ireena to the town of Vallaki because Strahd has a thing for Ireena, and her brother Ismark would like for her to be taken to Vallaki in order to have protection there. So y'all are back at the mansion.
Thank God. So we're going to Vallaki, right? Like the character. So we're going to Vallaki, right? How far is it exactly?
It should take you about days, about 8 hours. About 8 hours.
I don't think we should leave now though. It's midday, that would put us there around.
No, I don't suggest you travel at night. It's not the safest during the day. It's not the safest at night.
It's the safest during the especially since all the monsters come out at night trying to rip out your throat.
Exactly.
It's best to go at the afternoon.
It's best to go in the bar.
I would suggest you go in the morning when the sun first comes out. Yes.
So should we drink the rest of the night too?
What?
Should we drink the rest of the night away?
There's plenty of wine.
I'll take 8 cups.
I'm just gonna go in the wine cellar and just lock myself in there. See you guys morning. I'm kidding, guys. I'm
I
kidding.
assume you're gonna be drunk as hell by the time we wake up.
I'm kidding.
We should all keep our heads about us, especially if we're going to be traveling this long distance.
Anet, my dear beloved Aarakocra, you need to stock up on some food. Well, you're our chef for this journey. We want to make sure we have everything we
The
need.
problem is I don't really have much food on me.
You're asking me to go on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it would be wise for her to go out alone if someone needs to go with her.
Kind of like me.
Yay!
Ireena tells you you can hunt on the trail. There's plenty of game to be had.
Please do not make me find dire wolves that are gonna kill me.
If anyone else gonna want to join us for hunting, at least in general hunting, stock up on some things.
Well, I mean, y'all can hunt while y'all are traveling.
Oh, okay.
Or how about I get Ava to go out and hunt some rabbit or something?
All right. Not right now. Y'all are in the mansion in the village.
Go look for some.
The best y'all are gonna hunt is Mad Mary and Lancelot.
You know, who's still with us?
Yes, Lancelot's still with y'all.
Is he gonna stay with us this whole time? Or is
He won't leave my side, he's been with us the whole time.
Obviously.
Then why ask? Obviously.
Alright, come on, pull it in. So Ismark looks at you and he says, Velcar, you said there were some things you wanted to discuss with me.
Yeah, what is this fascination that Strahd has with Ireena?
I mean, other than the fact that she's really pretty.
I cannot tell you.
I've been around men and women long enough to know when something extends beyond just how somebody looks. There's a deep, deep longing in his eyes for Ireena. When I looked into his eyes, I could tell that it wasn't just, a fascination with her.
I wish I knew so that I could end it. Whatever it is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my sister. She's a very pretty girl. But I don't see anything extraordinary that would cause the master to be so fixated on her.
So she's not like prophecy born or something weird like that.
No.
Typically, in my line of work, when I see these type of infatuations between vampires and humans, normally the vampire would bite the human and then transform them into a vampire. If it's someone they want to spend a long period of time with, not just an infatuation, but someone they truly have interest in. Whereas Strahd, he seems to have this great interest in Ireena. He's already bitten her.
He's bit her.
Down, but he hasn't turned.
Correct.
I find it to be very strange. I've never encountered that before.
I haven't encountered this either.
So it's not like a known thing that Strahd just likes people.
Not to my knowledge.
To me, that he's purposely deciding not to transform her into a vampire. The question is why.
I have no idea. It's
So, what exactly is on the road from here to Vallaki? Because I want to get more of a lay of the land of the area. We haven't been here for very long. The first thing we saw here was a house that tried to murder us.
the Durst Mansion. Oh yeah. No, between here and Vallaki, there's the crossroads. There is the windmill. There's the river with the waterfall and Tser Pool. Kretz is further than Vallaki.
Is there anything that you need? Velcar?
No. I have everything I need.
So then it is agreed that you will take Ireena to Vallaki.
I think everyone here agrees that we could accompany her.
And Ireena comes down. She hears y'all in agreement on this. And she says, I already said I will go, but before we leave, I would like to go back to the church to see my father's grave.
So what do you guys want to do from now to the morning? Other than sleep?
It would probably be best if everyone got some rest and then we leave at dawn.
We all are welcome to use the same beds that y'all had last night.
I'm gonna finish my wine first and then I'll go take some rest.
About
Him.
Does Ireena want to go like later today back to the church, or does she want to before we leave?
No, she'll go in the morning. Y'all will all go together as y'all are leaving.
Oh.
Alright, on that note, I'm gonna go back into my room and sit into the chair and stare at the wall.
So, before y'all go to bed, y'all gonna eat pies tonight?
Sure. I mean, I still got some time left. Yeah. Might as well eat it till it's gone.
Alright, so the two of y'all both eat a portion of your pie before you go to sleep.
We're gonna have more drunk.
So,
I mean, we're about to have an acid trip.
Thixian, you dream that you were on a stage in front of hundreds of village people. They're not singing YMCA, I promise. And they're clapping and throwing gold and money at you as you perform. Anet, you dream about being snuggled up to Ava
Like I already am.
in the middle of a forest. The fireflies flicker above your head. The stars seem like you could almost reach out and touch them. And as the night goes by, you feel safe. And you are filled with these dreams of vivid colors that far surpass the dowdy, dull surroundings that you've had for the last 2 days in Barovia. When you wake up, you are refreshed.
So long as we're not being eaten by a house again, I'm happy.
Velcar, as you are sitting in the chair, you hear the squeaks of multiple bats outside watching. You get the sense that they know that you are there and that they're watching the house. We hear Kodiac go outside and throw a rock at him. So you wake up after 8 hours. Velcar's been awake, but
That's because he doesn't sleep.
8 hours later, you two wake up from y'all's wonderful dream.
I wonder what he did on the night. He probably was just like,
He just shuts down.
Just shuts down all the circuits.
And you hear the tolling of the church bell. You go downstairs and find again an adequate breakfast. And as y'all go downstairs for breakfast, you see Ireena emerge from her room. She has her auburn hair tied back. She's wearing a metal breastplate and armor. She has a long sword and a scabbard attached at her hip. And she looks like she means business. She does not look like a wilting wallflower. She looks like she's prepared to travel.
My kind of gal.
I need one downstairs. I'm going downstairs and be like, dang girl.
She kind of she giggles and kind of just smiles, like she knows she's a badass.
And I'm just gonna look at her like, damn. Just
Suddenly she's feeling quite aware that she's surrounded by a bunch of hornball guys.
I'm ready.
Jesus.
But seriously though,
What?
like Ireena, that's like the prettiest
He like
set of
launched
armor
himself out of the
I've
box.
seen in a while. Nice fit.
Thank you.
Nice fit, young lass.
Being the daughter of the burgomaster has its benefits.
I can definitely see. If only my parents would have let me steal more of their stuff. I bought something like that for myself once, and then I burned it. And then you got it stolen by a pack of bandits. Yeah. Maybe if you hadn't slept all over the night without waking me while you were on watch, we wouldn't have had that happen. But no, you had to fall asleep. And then we got raided in the middle of the night and got all of our stuff stolen. Okay. Wait, what's that? Oh wait, that's just a pass thing. We're friends. I'm sorry.
Ireena and Ismark are just watching y'all like,
Okay.
We should cut the chit chat to a minimum and maybe start on our way.
You're right. Okay. No. Wait, Anet needs his coffee, otherwise he will murder everyone. Yes, let me get my coffee, my morning.
My stomachs, or else I'm gonna murder everyone.
Coffee.
Or your coffee. Just shut up about it.
Oh, okay. So you want us to shut up? Okay.
I'm sitting here enjoying my coffee. I haven't seen a damn word.
so Ireena looks at Thixian. She says, you mentioned that you wanted to go see Madame Eva.
Yes.
We can take the road, which will add extra travel, or if we cut through the trail that runs alongside the river, it's a much shorter trip and it's along the way.
How dangerous is the trail?
Not during the day, it's not. The worst that will probably run into is the Vistani, but you're wanting to visit the Vistani anyway, so.
I'm down for it.
All right. Then I guess we ought to get on the road. I do want to go by the church though.
Let a church.
So her and Ismark hug and say their goodbyes. He says that he will see her soon. And y'all head up the road to the church. You find Father Donovich is outside tending to things along the edge of the church. Ireena goes into the graveyard and bows down at the grave of her father. So you give her a few minutes on her own. What are y'all gonna do?
Talk to. I guess we should go say farewell to Father.
To Father Donovich? All right, so as y'all start walking up, he straightens up and he looks at you and he says, "It's nice to see you again."
Good to see you as well, Father.
Good to see you too, Father.
Have y'all decided if y'all are going to go to Vallaki or to Crutch?
Vallaki.
Most definitely.
If you change your mind, the Abbey at St. Markovia, is available.
I feel that we'll eventually make our way in that direction eventually.
Right. He kind of looks around and he looks to see where Ireena is. And he sees that she's still kneeling down by the grave and away from earshot. And he tells you, he says, there's something that you might want to know in regards to Ireena.
Okay.
She is not the daughter of the previous burgomaster. She is not Ismark's sister, although Ismark does believe that they are brother and sister.
They're not blood relatives.
No, Koliana doesn't know. Koliana found her at the edge of the Stitch Woods when she was a little girl.
Where did she come from?
We don't know.
Don't know about her real parents?
No. He found her frightened in the woods. She was running away from something. And took her in. He loved her as if she was his. No questions asked. Both her and Ismark were way too young to know any different.
What does she know?
She knows nothing.
So she believes that.
She believes Koyan was her father.
But I suggest nobody bring this up right now.
But I thought that might be information that might be needed to know.
We'll need it for, but it's always good to know little details.
We never know. It might have a part playing to the reason why Strahd likes her so much.
Right. And then
Be more listening.
all of a sudden in the background you hear, "Father, I'm hungry!"
Father Donovich, maybe think about what I told you about your son.
I will think about it.
Who was the one that said father and mom?
Remember, he's got his son.
I'm trying to use this so y'all can kind of get him so he knows what's going on in some of this.
Yes. The father has a son who has been transformed into a vampire. Not a
Living in his face.
Yeah.
Chained up to the wall.
So that way he doesn't accidentally hurt someone. Yeah. So
About this time, Ireena rises to her feet and she walks back over and she's like, "Thank you so much for your kindness, Father Donovich. I hope we do see each other again soon." Father Donovich nods. He says, May the Morning Lord travel alongside with you." And with that, Ireena and y'all head towards the western side of the town or village of Barovia. You pass through some gates.
we don't see any more pie lady.
You do not see the pie lady,
Oh, I was hoping to get
but
I want to see them fail the Constitution saving throw. I wanted to see what.
as you pass through the gates have these large looming sculptures of these headless soldiers. That's on here.
Oh. You talking about that talking? I thought you were from over there. I was like,
Who's in the house?
pick up our son.
And you pass through the gates, these big hulking sculptures that mark the edge of the village of Barovia, and you are now in the Spalchwood Trail.
We're in the woods.
You are in the woods.
Crunch. Walking along the leaves, alerting everything in the woods to our presence.
Crunch. I'm not crunching because I'm flying. I'm hovering above all of you heathens.
How far is the pool from here?
Not far. If we walk maybe 3 more miles, you'll start hearing the waterfalls.
That's over that close. Good.
And as she brings you down a trail, and you come to a trail off the main road that kind of hugs a river, and you start traveling through there. Halo, roll me a D12, please.
No way.
9?
You dare.
Roll for initiative. Yeah, roll for initiative.
He's gonna give us a higher roll.
Let me roll.
So I asked her before we start playing how safe the trail was. Oh, it's no problem. Guess I need my superiority dice after all.
There.
What's it gonna be?
A wolf.
You don't know. Could be a goblin.
It could be.
I don't think there's any goblins or anything like that.
No.
There's no bugbears, no goblins.
There could be lava. There could be everything but the carpet of lava.
Yeah, is there Nothics in Barovia?
Nothics? I don't think so.
You don't seem so happy.
All right.
Oh god. Let's see what we get.
This is always their worst fear right here. When I
Oh,
start
tell
bringing
me.
out the miniatures.
Just like it's probably the best for you, but
Watch it be great.
this is my favorite part.
I like combat though. I like combat, I just you never know what she's gonna pull out.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
I still remember that blob that you got at one time. I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to just give it to me because, yeah. Oh, it's just 3 wolves.
All right. Everybody, with the exception, roll for initiative.
I'm 5.
You want to break these?
Wait. 8.
No, it's not needed. I'm just mainly doing it so that
You can see.
he could see. We're gonna leave Kodiac out today, but 17?
Yeah. You also have their whole thing here on your page. It says initiative. So when you go to roll your initiative and it's you take that and you
I got a nat 20.
and that adds 3. So everyone.
I don't even know where it was.
And then here's your that's your armor class.
Thank you.
I almost didn't see it at first. Anything roll or your enemy rolls higher than that, that's when you take damage.
Alright. So we're on the woods, correct?
Y'all are by the river, near the woods.
Are there trees around?
Yes.
Are there trees where the wolves are?
They're coming after y'all, but no. There's trees off to one side and there's a river next to you.
Wolves or dire wolves?
They're regular wolves. What did you get?
I had
You had an 8? What did you get?
I haven't rolled yet.
What did Ava get?
I didn't
I have no idea what my initiative is. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is not.
14.
Alright, I got a 21.
Alright, and the wolves rolled a nat 1. So, out of the woods springs 3 regular wolves. And they're snarling and snipping at you. Velcar, you are up first.
What am I gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
How far are the trees from me?
The nearest tree is probably about 6-7 foot from you.
I'm gonna use my action to use my spider climb for the first time. You know I'm gonna do it. Come on.
Okay.
So now I'm walking up the tree and just standing, on the side of it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna Thixian's just sitting there like
I'm not
have this ability.
I'm not hugging the tree. I'm standing on the tree like this.
I'm just hovering above you too, so
And
just like
I'm going to ready my bow.
Alright.
It'll be my turn.
Okay. Halo, you're up. Roll for hit.
what are you gonna do?
15. Did that hit?
15 plus your...
Plus what?
What are you using? What weapon are you using?
Anything the longsword, I think 5.
Okay.
My long
Alright, so it does hit.
Yeah. Plus 5, so I got.
It's a hit. Alright, so roll for damage. And tell me which one you're going for.
1, 2, 3. Which one do you want to hit?
One likes falling.
Do I go after one?
I think one will have like a max up one.
So, which one? The.
Oh, look at your paper.
You gotta look at your paper, buddy. It's gonna tell you what dice you need.
What's the.
Hey, this is boy.
Longsword. D8.
1d8 plus 3.
Okay, I'll get you D8. That's gonna be your diamond shaped one.
3 plus 3 equals 6.
Alright. Ava, you're up. Anet, sorry. Then Ava.
So it's me after me.
Yes.
I rolled for 15, and then I went after the goat. Does that 15 count?
If you got a 15, yeah. 15 is a hit.
15 plus
It
whatever.
doesn't even matter now because 15 is there.
I'm gonna use, because I'm flying above all these, I'm like, I'm gonna hit him with a longbow. I got a 5.
You got 5.
5 plus 7.
Which one did you go after? Number 1? Anet,
How do you want to do
how do you want to do this?
Eating its deer.
Let's hit him dead in the forehead.
So Anet is flying above. She takes aim. She lets her arrow fly. His arrow fly. It comes straight down through the wolf's skull, pushing him down, and he's now pinned to the ground. His legs come out And he's dead. Ava is up now. I think Ava's the only female in this party, isn't it?
That wrong died.
Oh, okay, that's... Yes.
Get off your ass. Do something.
I didn't even roll initiative for Ireena. Yeah. A 4? A 4 does not hit.
Sorry,
Thixian, you're up.
don't tell me you're gonna hit him with some words.
I'm going to give him a sick bun.
I get a 6.
Yeah. You. Hold on.
I won't. You stupid pupper. You have no power here. I won't be.
How many points do I take? 2.
2, I'm number 2.
That was a weak ass.
I'm sorry.
That was some weak shit right there.
What was I called? I was gonna say something about his bird being absolutely disgusting, but then my words were like, nope. Leave that.
Alright.
You nasty flea.
So, the wolf number 2 goes after Halo.
It's not like it's gonna.
Does not hit.
First of all, how is it gonna hit him?
Wolf.
Get out of steel.
Wolf number 3 goes after Halo. It does hit.
How does it hurt him though? He's made out of steel. He can't feel it.
So, the wolf is going to go after a bite.
It scratches his face.
2 d4s. 1. You take a whole 3 points of damage.
Pathetic.
That's it.
Velcar, you were up.
That's a total. Alright, I'm gonna go after.
Just want a flesh wound. Just
Number
want a
2.
flesh wound.
Number 2.
Number 2 is gonna go after sheep. Oh wait, never mind.
32.
12 plus 7, that's gonna be a hit. Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so 1d plus 3. So 6, 9 damage on number 2.
Velcar, how do you want to do this?
Right to the back of the head.
Okay.
Everyone's going to
Arrow.
the back of the head.
Alright, so arrow, you take aim. Right in the back of the head. Looks like a pig on a skewer.
What? Wait!
There's more.
I'm gonna use action surge to make another attack against wolf number 3.
Okay.
Also, I love how Thixian's just sitting all the way over here and everyone else is like,
I'm just like.
Nat 20. Critical hit, baby.
Ah.
This is Thixian. This is Thixian playing, and we're
5.
gonna give you up my
And then
So 5. Alright. Halo. Get your revenge. No, Velcar just went.
Nat 20.
dang.
Critical hit. Alright.
Into the jail it goes.
With critical hit.
You get to roll your attack twice.
4. I got 4. 2. 6. And 9.
So, Halo. How do you want to do this?
The wolf just exploded when he hit it.
You use the longsword.
I'm gonna slash him across the body.
Alright, so you just cut this wolf in half. Alright.
The wolves have been dealt with. Thanks a lot, Ireena.
So, you continue down this path next to the river. And you come to an area that has several wagons and tents And there's a big bonfire in the middle between all of them. There are many people, probably about 20, 30 of them in total, sitting around, drinking, laughing, singing. And as y'all are walking up cautiously, you hear, "Hey, my friend! How are you?"
Hello!
And you see Stanimir.
And then I run to him and then grab him by his shoulder. Why did you leave us?
Yeah, why did you do that
You
to us?
almost got us killed!
Well, let me tell you what happened.
You better have a good explanation.
You were sleeping, and we were almost to here, and then we were told we had to go back. So we couldn't bring you back and then back and then back. So
You couldn't have had like one or two people just finish the journey?
no, I had to go back.
We almost died!
But I brought you something.
You better!
I brought you, look. And you look and you see an elf with silver hair sitting there chugging on a bottle of Red Crush number 9.
The hell is that?
That's the wine.
Hello, fellow Elvinster. Fellow Elvinster. Oh, it's Elvinster.
I was asked to bring him
Fellow Elvinster.
to join with you guys. And I'm told to do it, so I do it.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Would you like some wine?
No, I don't want any wine.
They just tell me and I go.
Who tells you?
My boss.
Who's your boss?
He's over by Vallaki. He's in the other camp.
Useless.
I'm plenty useful. Look what I brought you. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, you trapped another person here.
And what the fuck are you? He walks over to Halo and he's looking at you. Come here. He's looking at you and he goes, "You look like you're made out of metal."
Bang him on the head a couple times.
Boing, boing,
Sounds like
boing.
an empty drum.
There ain't much up there.
I don't know why. I woke up in this room, this house.
But you're made out of metal.
Trust me, we've been using him as a shield this whole time. That's because he's a tank.
Anyway, I brought you someone.
Yay!
He's cold, but how dare you leave us, you traitor?
Emergency food!
Shit happens. Have some wine.
The next time you do that, I'm turning you into emergency food.
So, first of all, you might want to find out who the hell he is. Have some wine. Find out who he is.
Okay, I'll go get us a couple pictures. You guys talk. I'll be right back. Okay. Yes, please, sir.
You
Don't talk.
are quite serious.
You don't do not talk to my friend. He is very serious and does not like humans. Hello, fellow elf.
I do believe I will stay away from you.
What's your name?
Day 2, second day.
Mhm.
As in, I'm drunk
That's in a hangover.
after a couple of days.
Hello, day 2. I'm Anet.
Well, he's got to go with you because he can't stay with us.
Heard you guys
He drinks too much wine.
heard you guys having a little bit of an adventure.
Mhm.
And coffee if you're into that too.
I have partaken in coffee. Kind of only needs 4 hours of sleep last night.
Where did Thixian go?
Everybody's a drunkard around here except for me. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
It's the Vistani. They're gypsy happy.
Yeah, they smell like cupcakes. I want to eat them.
Oh no, they smell like garbage.
So. Y'all get to know each other.
Stop being a douche.
And then y'all need to go to the big tent over there. And then after you go to the big tent, you come and you have wine. You can sleep here if you want.
Hell no.
We won't leave you on the road this time. You'll wake up here and all that.
Hell no. After that, I'd much rather sleep.
Or don't stay here. It's up to you guys.
I'd much rather sleep in a garbage can.
So what are y'all doing?
Stay away
We're
from
gonna
me.
try to figure out who the hell this is.
Oh!
He done told you his name's Day 2.
Was that a joke or is that his actual?
That's his name. Daetu.
It's R2T or Hello, sir, Day 2. I am Anet.
And I am Thixian.
And this is my lovely companion, Ava. Isn't she just lovely?
She is also
Large.
She's
For sure.
very large, but very big, sweetheart.
Annette and I have been travel companions for several years.
Not in a gang way.
I promise.
He lays dragons, but he does not lay birds.
Anyway,
Is his last name?
I've got a
Huh?
Last name?
He never gave it to me.
Did you ever figure out what your last name was, or do you have one?
I discarded it
Okay.
years ago.
So he doesn't have one.
All right.
I like that.
I've got a cat with wings, and it's awesome.
I have 2 more companions, so I don't have one.
You guys have Lancelot?
Yeah, give one.
More of the dead variant, but.
Get an owl.
Yeah.
They make great companions.
Make good meals too.
I would never eat them.
Over there we've got Halo. We don't know
As you
much
can
about
see,
his
he just
story.
kind of
He's kind
stands
of
around and digs in the dirt.
I saw the interactions. I see you're made of metal.
He's basically an empty shell of whatever he is.
But he's strong.
Oh, extremely. We use him as a shield. All the time. And he hits hard, that's all that matters.
The only reason for his existence is to be a tank.
I guess that makes him a good soldier then. Yep.
But
I don't know about him, otherwise we just found out he can climb up walls and stuff. We don't know much about him.
Because he's
My name is Velcar, and I'm just here.
You're just here.
So you're not gonna explain the whole climbing up the tree thing?
Are you part of spider or something?
Yeah, and I'm
So-
like of the spider variety.
Amongst you companions, who is in charge?
No.
This one.
What happened?
This one, because if you disobey, I'll feed you to Ava.
I don't know. If you anger me, I'm not going to kill you.
True.
What set him off?
But I'll still throw you
I
to
let
my
Penny
elf
out.
berry.
Where's she at?
She's over there.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
healing myself. I've been self-sufficient for 15 years.
Wait. How old are you?
I'm young. I'm only 30.
30. Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot. Oh, sorry. I'm older.
Being by
46.
standards of my brothers.
I'm older.
How old are you?
46. Which is still technically like
A
young
teenager.
adult.
So that means he's baby.
Well, yeah, especially considering he's a full elf and I'm a half. It also takes into consideration things like that.
And they can live like
Yeah.
1,000 years.
Yes.
And that would still be considered young.
So that means he's just never meet my dad.
You don't want to meet my dad.
We'll never guess how old he is.
He's 5.5 million blocks. Oh no, that's for certain.
And the wine gets passed around.
and here's Anet. Anet's just
Once the idiots are done, y'all go to the tent.
Alright, Anet is. Oh, we should probably introduce Fox. He's over there. This is Kodiac.
Kodiac is over there, like, trying to hit on Ireena in the shadow of the
He
tents.
likes throwing rocks at things. If he doesn't know what it is, throw a rock at it.
He also shoots bats out of trees.
Said rock.
Interesting hobbies, we all have our own. Some of us raised dead, some of us kill bats.
So and I killed dire wolves for food. I'm guessing by raising dead, that means you're a necromancer?
You guessed correctly. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't do the dead. I'm working on it. Wish I could learn the spells.
I've had a lot of necromancers in my time.
Good for a
You didn't hear that?
necromancers are just really light healers.
So we become more advanced, we'll have another tank.
Alright. So. Big tent?
Big tent.
Big tent. I guess you're sticking with us, dude. Just tell us.
Crystal ball sits on the table with the sparkling with the captured lights of the candles in different heights and sizes surrounding the table. A hunched figure peers into the depths of the ball, her eyes sparkling in the candlelight. As you close the flap of the tent, behind you, she glances up at you, a smile forming on her cracked lips. The leathery skin of her face around her eyes crinkled in such a way to remind you of an old grandmother. Took you guys long enough to get here.
Shut your eye.
I've been expecting you.
Hey, I don't think Connor's gonna be going off with this one.
Are you ready to learn your fate?
Yes.
There is no
I
fate.
want to know how to die. I want to know. Yes, I'm curious. I want to know how to die.
My cards grant me the sight into the threads of fate that binds us all.
Before anything, can you please tell us who the hell you are and what we're doing here?
I'm guessing she is Madame Eva.
Hi.
I was expecting someone a bit younger. I don't know why, but when I hear the word Eva, I think of a really young girl. It's not Grandma. It's Grandma.
All right.
You smell like cookies.
Don't hurt the grandma.
Okay. So, as the crumb speaks, her voice crackles like the sound of dried leaves, and laughter bursts through her lips. She indicates a warm deck of cards. In addition to her features, perhaps the tarot deck can shed light upon the shadows of your past as well. As you watch her wrinkled hands shuffle the cards deftly, the motion that she has apparently done many, many a time. She shuffles the cards once, twice, 3 times, 4. Following the 4th shuffle, she palms the cards and calmly regards each of them with her quiet, dark eyes.
Please forgive me.
You're fine.
But I must request your silence
Okay.
while we read cards.
Okay.
The practice of communing with the powers can be long and very difficult. I ask you, do not breach the silence of the sight until the sight has been broken.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Then remain in the safety of candlelight and let us begin.
Nope, I can't.
The crone
No.
closes her eyes and gently places her left hand over the shuffled deck that she holds in her right. As her lips begin to move, the flames of the surrounding candlelight begin to stem and swirl, as if dancing to the rhythm of her unspoken words. And the tension spreads into the air. A tightness like a piece of leather stretched tight over the head of the drum. The sound of the revelry of the Vistani people outside, the lapping waves of the pools beyond the encampment, and the wind outside fade to non-existent. The world outside and the space within grows more soft, more real. No light intrudes into the scenes of the temple. With her eyes closed, Madame Eva slowly begins to peel the cards off of the top of the deck.
Just
She lays them face down in a pattern before her on the velvety blue fabric before her. Before each of you, she places 2 additional cards, each one face down. In front of you. As the last card is placed down, the lights of the candles sway to and fro like ghost glowing silhouettes. You watch as the flames lean towards the direction of the cards, as if they too anxiously anticipate the readings much the same way that you are. Her wrinkled hand hovers over the leftmost card, the first. She draws in her breath as a hand remains suspended above the card. She tilts her head slightly to the right, as if listening to a voice that only she can hear. She closes her eyes and her hand descends lightly upon the card. And as she makes contact, the arcane lights of the candle shift, changing to a deep, piercing blue. Her dry voice interrupts the silence. This card tells of history. Better knowledge of the ancients will help you to understand your enemy. She flips. The cerulean light dances across the surface, revealing an image of a man dressed in tattered clothes, a hat upon his head holding up 3 fingers. 2 bovines stand in the distance, and 3 transparent coins float as if clouds in the sky above his head. The 3 coins. The traitor. Her dark pupils shift from side to side. Look to the Wizard of Wines. In wood and sand, the treasure hides. She moves her hand to the second card. At the top of the cross. Again, her hand hovers just above the card, and as she closes her eyes and listens once more, as her hand rests upon the cards, the candlelight changes instantly, shifting hues from blue to to a cheerful yellow. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And then she flips the card. This time the light reveals a new illustration, a mystical woman posed as if in a dance. Her left hand raised gracefully above her head. The right extends before her as if beckoning to join her. Bangles of various sizes encircle her arms and her wrists, while three egg-shaped objects decorate with a sign of stars levitate around her. The three stars, the enchanter. Her eyes stare deeply into the shadows that lurk in the corner of the tent. You turn to see if somebody's standing there, but are met only with empty shadows. I see a kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. Without hesitation, she moves her hand to the third card at the right arm of the cross. Her long eyelashes veil her half-closed eyes while her lips purse in quiet contemplation. As she rests her hands for the briefest of moments upon the black surface of the card, the candlelight extinguishes for just a heartbeat, descending the tent into pitch black. Suddenly, a nova of white, fierce, burning white light. A light so pure, a light so strong, a light so clean that it hurts to look at.
Definitely.
It engulfs the darkness. Her eyes snap open. They burn with a fierce determination, reflecting the candlelight in such a way that they too look as if they are a source of light. This card is of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. She flips the card. The light reveals the third illustration, a man clad in a mystic cape, a hood covering his eyes and revealing only a portion of his nose and a grim, turned-down mouth. At his neck gleams a gem, an oversized sleeve embroidered with swords. His hands fold over each other on the hilt of an upright sword. The seventh of swords, the hooded one. The crone's voice is strong with purpose. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road, deep in the mountains. She closes her eyes once more, and you feel almost relieved at the withdrawal of those particular points of light. She moves her hand swiftly to the fourth card at the bottom of the cross, and she listens once more. She hesitates. Her fingers begin to trace circles over its back, a rhythmic gesture that draws you further into the reading. She hesitates, an odd expression befalling her face, as her fingers gently push back one card to reveal two cards instead of just one. Very interesting. Once again, flames shift, now cascading violet light into the air. The crystal ball reflects this light upon the tent walls, creating pinpoints of light scattered upon its surface, reminiscent of a starry shimmer of the twilight. These cards shed light on one who will help you in the battle against the darkness. But for you, there are two who will champion to your cause. Two who may align themselves with you if your actions are found worthy. She flips the first card. First card. Revealing an illustration of a reflection in the mirror. The mirror's surface is shattered, cracks expanding like the silks of spider webs. The distorted reflection of a man frozen in a scream, anguish upon his face. The broken one, the king of diamonds. One of your greatest allies will be a wizard. His mind is broken, but his spells are strong. She flips the second card, revealing. This time the illustration is a strange sealed bell jar sitting upon a table, suspended within gray, murky liquid. A human skull stares back with the empty, hollow gaze, its cranium carved with strange, unfamiliar arcane sigils. The artifact, Joker. She leans forward. Look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems. Finally, she moves her hand towards the final card of the cross, the center card. As her finger touches the card, her hand quickly recoils, her brow furrowing. The wrinkles of her forehead folding so deep that it resembles a steep channel. Behind her, shadows encircle the candlelight, the dark, ghostly fingers reaching out to snuff out the light. Her whisper of a voice barely audible, thin and raspy. Your enemy is a creature of the dark, whose power is beyond mortality. This card will lead you to. Her hand trembles over the card for a moment more, hesitant. With deft, ancient fingers, she flips the card to reveal the opposite side. In the darkness, the final illustration is barely visible. Upon the card surface is a depiction of a figure upon a dark throne. A skeletal hand raises, tending fingers out like claws. Unnatural eyes peer out from the face that is shrunken and lifeless, horns extending from his head. Madame Eva slowly exhales. The Dark Lord, King of Spades. He lurks in the depths of darkness, in the one place in which he must return. Again, Madame Eva exhales, an audible sound that matches the darkness that surrounds you. She closes her eyes, shakes her head as if clearing the fog from her mind, and she takes 5 deep breaths. Cleansing breaths. With each breath, the candles shift to the previous hue in reverse. A breath in violet. A breath, and it again becomes bright. A breath again, in cheerful yellow. A breath again, vivid blue. And a final breath, and the candles return to their natural colored state. When her eyes open again, the old one seems to have restored her clarity. The darkness of the moment has passed. Her eyes shift falling upon Velcar. The intensity of her gaze that she meets you with is so overwhelming that you are overcome with the desire to cast your eyes downward to break the connection. But you find that you are unable to do so, the pull of her inky depths proving to be too great. 2 cards sit before you. I do not know if they tell of the past or of your future, or maybe both, until fates tell me. Her hand falls upon the first card, flipping it over with ease. As she does, the candlelight shifts again, this time the color of a blood moon. The paladin, the 2 swords, paladin. I see that you are a great warrior. You have defined yourself by your vows to purge the world's evil, as if by doing so, you can counterbalance an evil that's inside of yourself. You have suffered a devastating loss and an injustice, and you seek to find your vengeance. She turns over the second card.
What was it?
The executioner, the Jack of Spades. Poor dear. You are chasing a ghost from your past. I see it scream and howl at the crossroads as you extract your vengeance. If you wish your vengeance, that's where you must go. But be warned, my child, vengeance comes at a price. The gallows may haunt you for the rest of your days. John Tracker of Deverell. Let me have your cards.
John Tracker? Is that his original name? We found something new about him. Can I see the card?
The soldier, the 3 of swords. I see a great war of the past. A soldier who fought bravely, but fell to his foes. The soil cried out with the stain of your blood, the remnants of who you were spilled and evaporated like steam upon the air. The illusionist. You are merely an illusion to those who see you. You are not what you seem, even to yourself. These lands may hold the secret to who you are, but you alone can unlock the secrets inside of you. Every swing of your axe, every slice of your sword will help you rebuild the temple that holds the secrets within. Lord Envarius, Earl of Hetherford, the marionette, the Jack of Hearts. Before you was a life of privilege. You had all that one could have asked for, the trappings of nobility, but instead you felt like a puppet on a string. Decisions were not yours to be made. You were expected to follow rules and etiquette that didn't allow the freedom that you so longed for.
How do I open it?
The anarchist, 6 of lips. I see a decision being made in your mind to take a life with your own hands and to fight against the rules not only for yourself, but for others. More decisions will have to be made as you travel these lands and you encounter souls, much like yourself, who find themselves restricted by tyranny and rules that restrict them to a life they do not deserve. Day 2. The Mists, the Queen of Spades. Deep secrets are very hard to hide, but the fear of not being accepted created deep need to hide the gifts inside of you, a desire to hide what was inside you from those around you. The dark arts within you swirl with conflict, a gift that came to you with a price. The Raven, the Queen of Clubs. You try to fill a hole with your soul with the gifts that you were given, but the rewards are hollow and black. Be careful trying to fulfill that desire in the wrong setting. You may find that your gift could be your undoing if you catch the wrong attention. Another master of the dark arts won't take too kindly to the competition. Anet. The Beast, the Jack of Diamonds. A personal conflict arose within you, making you question whether the beast was the hunter or the hunted. That quandary led to internal strife as a payment was made, a life for a life. That decision now guides upon what feather wings during the day and rests warm against the fur at night. The shepherd before eclipse. With the decision made, the beast became the protector. A life taken resulted in a life saved. The hunter and the hunted in harmony. But many lives you will find in harm's way. How many can you shelter under the wings of a protective parent? You may find that as mighty as the span of your wings spread, the number of the most innocent you need protecting are even mightier. The candles burn down to an ordinary crimson glow. The sounds of the outside world return, the merriment of the Vistani beyond the tent, the crackling of the bonfire, the whispers of the wind and the lapping of the waves return to the shores. Light, gray, and unsubstantial filter in once more through the canvas of the tent, and you feel yourself breathe for the first time since the reading began. Madame Eva says nothing. She only regards you with a dark, patient gaze.
Fuck. The illustration on this card is cool.
That was intense.
Oh, here's the other
Wow. So as the tension leaves the tent, Madame Eva says, I have nothing to for you tonight.
I still have no idea how to
Enjoy the camp. I cannot aid you much more than what I've already done, but I wish you all well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We will see each other. take a break.
So, y'all have y'all's reading. You are now outside of the tent, and there's lots of wine.
Oh, I'm going like head first to a barrel. Bye.
Y'all could sit around, y'all could discuss what just happened, or whatever. What are y'all doing?
Drinking.
And Stanimir's like, hello, have some wine.
Shut your face before I punch you in the face with said one.
Oh, come on. We're friends. We're friends.
You're not my friend if you leave us into the open with me.
I had to go get the new guy.
Oh
But you're sitting in front of us.
I didn't leave him.
Fine.
All right. Have some wine.
Why?
Wine.
Here, have some wine. Oh wait, you can't. You're a robot. Oh yeah, robots can't have wine. Sorry.
Yes. He can have some wine.
He can't. He can't even drink.
I am getting out of this bump.
Here, have some fermented oil. Motor oil. For your robot. Here you go. Here, use it to clean yourself too. Just make it drunk. Maybe not Velcar, but
I'm like setting off away from y'all folks because
Anet goes near Velcar. Velcar, why don't you join us in the fun? It'll definitely be fun.
I'm out of the buildings.
Velcar doesn't do fun.
With you, Daddy.
Huh?
They're fun.
I'm with you.
It's okay. I'm not gonna get drunk like these idiots. I'll drink.
Like this.
I'll drink a little bit, but I don't get drunk.
Got a whole
We
night
still have the
to use, right?
lotteries.
We'll have it even till morning.
Don't get drunk because I can't get drunk.
Oh yeah,
So, Stanismir stands by the fire and he says, I know that I've told you this story, but the rest of you guys might like to hear a story. What do you say?
I like that story.
Would you like to hear my story?
Go for
I
it.
don't want
Why not?
Okay. So, Stanimir fills his mouth with a big swig of wine, which he then spits into the fire. The flames turn from orange to green, and they dance and they sway, and the dark shapes appear into the bonfire. All right, so he spits the wine into the fire, and the flames turn from the dancing orange to an eerie green, and he begins. We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our home, and now we wander the lost roads. The dark shapes in the fire take the form of a man being knocked off of his horse, a spear piercing his side. Stanimir continues. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp, and he collapsed. We nursed his horrible injury, and we quenched his thirst with wine. He survived, and when we asked him who he was, he would not say. All he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said He was a prince. Yet, we did not give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you see a dark figure standing with swords drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us. As we protected him, we bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, "I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here." The figures in the dancing fire vanquish its final foe, then disperse into a cloud of smoke and ember. Stanimir's face becomes a somber mask. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We traveled far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves, to end our dread lord's curse and put his troubled soul to rest. And then his story ends, and the color of the flames return back to normal. How do you like my story?
Story of the Curse of Strahd.
Great story.
It is Strahd, you are correct.
That person is strong.
It is Strahd.
Oh my god,
We helped Strahd.
you helped Strahd. Is he grateful?
I believe he is.
Build.
But. Have some wine! Stanimir loves to get y'all drunk.
I need something for
Are you down to murder certain Strahds? Would this be your agenda?
Do what?
Would you be down to murder certain Strahds?
Certain Strahds? There's only one Strahd.
Only Strahd.
We will not. We have saved him once. We will not take his life.
Are we
Goodness,
going
we
to-
wouldn't either.
Are we going to- Why don't we just let him live?
Do you understand how many lives you've taken inadvertently by bringing adventurers here to face your dark world? Let's go back to drinking your wine.
We have wine. We have no cares. We are allowed to go back and forth. Can you go back and forth?
No.
Might as well just have some wine.
Wow.
Is this me drinking?
All right. What are y'all doing?
What am I doing? I'm sitting here debating whether to protect you.
What?
They're gypsies.
That's what
Wine
I
or
was
something.
They don't buy it. Day 2.
So y'all see Ireena. She's kind of sitting on a log, kind of by her. No, she did not go in. She's on a log by herself, just kind of watching
With this
cautiously.
I'll
Face,
go over and sit next to her.
with this
I
face.
noticed that she's by herself. I'm a little bit disgusted with the whole situation right now, so I need to step away.
So you sit by her and she looks at you as you approach, and she kind of nods and smiles. You notice that she's still a little bit hesitant about you, but she's not unfriendly.
I can sense her hesitation, so when I sit next to her, I'm gonna stay at a distance, make her more comfortable.
And so she gives you a small smile. And she says, How did things go with Madame Eva?
I'll let you know when I figure that out. Some things make sense, some things don't make any sense.
Madame Eva tends to... You realize that she makes sense after the fact.
I'm just hoping that I make sense of it before it doesn't matter anymore.
You will. She wouldn't give you any information that you wouldn't.
Figure out what the after the fact really is. Why are we even here?
I don't know. She didn't give you that answer?
No. But the old drunkard over there kind of struck a nerve with me when he said that he was searching lands far and wide to bring adventurers here to take care of the stricken Dark Lord.
I've heard stories of other adventures, and of course, you went to the church.
And I saw the spirits of all the dead adventurers with my own eyes. All the adventurers that died trying to fulfill this dude's fantasy.
You look like you are as uncomfortable here at the camp as I am.
I'm not one for festivity and revelry. I don't drink because I can't get drunk. I've seen the way you look at me. I can sense your hesitation, your bit of uneasiness. I have a feeling you know what I am, don't you?
I have a guess, but it's not something I want to put into words and offend someone.
Fair enough. We'll just leave it at
I'll just say that I won't leave my neck unexposed in private with you. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Drinking?
I'm kind of
Drinking conflict.
I'm just looking at these two like.
Something's off. When I saw the ghosts in the cemetery, they were innumerable, uncountable, just coming.
Right.
Going up the cliff and the path all the way to the big castle on the hill.
I know. I've seen them many a time.
How long has this been going?
As long as I can remember.
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds. Yes. Not thousands, but hundreds.
Something doesn't quite add up.
What is that?
I don't know. Nobody seems to know the land from which we are from.
That's right.
There are people here that act strangely. Kind of monotonously. Performing menial tasks without acknowledging as much of the time of day. I don't know. Time seems to flow a little bit differently.
This is a very sad land.
No, it goes beyond sadness.
Are y'all over there getting drunk on the wine?
That's happening now.
I don't quite understand.
I wish I had the answers that you seek, but my knowledge only is what is in the village. This is my other... I've been in the forest, but...
I guarantee you that there's two people that know exactly what's going on. One sitting in that big tent over there. The other one's up in the big house on top of the hill.
I still don't want to tell you what I'm plotting. So.
You can join this conversation. You could just walk over.
I'm just keeping.
Still have no
Introduce yourself
plot.
to her.
I'm chaotic. Chaotic.
So, who is the new guy? And is he going to be joining our travels as well?
I assume he will be joining our travels. I don't know much about it yet. Guess we'll see. I don't know a lot about any of these people in the group. Misunderstand that where I come from, I tend to travel alone. I don't have many companions.
Well, your current traveling companions are quite quite strange. I have never seen a man made of metal, and I've never seen a tall bird that walks on two legs like a human.
I know, sir.
Well, I've seen bird people before. Sometimes quite common in the land I'm at. I've never seen a machine walking, talking machine before. And I've been around a long time.
So that's not common in your world? So day two, you see this attractive redhead kind of looking at you with curiosity. She's watching your movements and stuff. So finally she kind of motions for you to come over. And so you walk over and she looks at you and she stands up, she extends a hand and she tells you her name is Ireena. She wants to know who the hell you are.
Not too much backstory here. I was left on my own 15 years ago when I since sought to rekindle my village that I lost. Alive.
That's great, but I was kind of hoping just like a name and...
Day two.
Day two. Nice to meet you, Day two. You're here for France.
Yeah, France.
What is France?
Companions, friends?
Oh, friends.
We're here for France.
I'm starting a new fucking country called France.
Yeah.
I'm making it.
Will you be traveling with us to Vallaki?
They'll accept me. I'm coming.
She kind of looks at you.
Hey. You've picked up a lot of Shilohs along the way. I don't see any reason why you couldn't come with us. I don't know what the end game is. I don't know what we're doing, but you're more than welcome to tag along.
Our mission is to get you safely to the next town.
To Vallaki.
I think once we do that, the real questions begin. What to do next? Decide then the party stays together, or do we decide to split up and try to figure things out on our own?
What remains the same. Sticking around as many people as possible.
I'm not sure what Vallaki holds for my future. I know Ismark wants me there, but part of me just feels like there's no place safe here for me from Strahd.
If Strahd is the kind of man I think he is, then I'm dare to say you're probably right about that. But if the end game...
And about this time, Grim comes and settles on her lap. She starts stroking Grim.
Grim doesn't really take the strangers very He just really like you.
As long as it doesn't involve my murder.
She's harmless. She likes people. Here you go. Just don't try to pick her up. She's bigger than all of us.
Are you passing around your bear?
I will pet the giant bear beast. Just see that.
Watch for its beak.
Approach from the side.
And while traveling with Ava, you will find out if a bear shits in the woods. So. So,
Good question. Can beasts fly?
the beast cannot fly.
Only I can.
Not the owlbear. It's basically a bear with an owl face.
And it has
Yeah. So, Ireena again looks at you and she kind of gets as close as she's comfortable with so that she won't be heard by the Vistani. And she's like, we're not planning on staying here tonight, right? I just know that the Vistani, I trust Madame Eva, but the Vistani tend to be servants of Strahd, and I don't feel comfortable staying in their encampment during the night.
I would be happy to leave. Because I fear if I stay here for any longer, I'm going to tackle one. Smell the
I would, it's all the wine.
I think so. The red fluid that I need, not in a cup, is flowing through the
I would much prefer you to have them for a snack than me.
I mean,
Oh, can I
off the books, if I could possibly make a snack.
I'm happy to look the other way. Go find one while they're off using the facilities.
And can I eat the remains?
I would only say though that if they were to find the body, we might have problems.
They don't know what I am. Flavored on the straw.
How incapacitated are we currently?
I'm not gonna eat somebody.
As far as brokenness?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to really bad.
That one's probably drunk. I'm still sane. I'm always drunk. I'm still sane.
So, why don't you get the rest of the idiots and we'll get out of here.
Hey, idiots!
Stanimir goes, you want my wine?
No, thank you. We're good. I'll pack a few of wines with us. I'm just sneakily throwing a couple bottles. I'm just like, save these for later because I might need them for some meals. Because you can cook more. I mean, hey, what's better than a bard? A drunken bard. That lays dragons.
Please don't lay the dragons.
No, not any dragons.
Too drunk to care. And then we put in a vote for if we leave the camp.
Do not lay. Don't touch her. You're not allowed to touch her. Hey, you're comfortable with laying exactly. I don't think you're comfortable with
Are y'all targeted?
So, hindsight 2020 after getting drunk, yes, I realized that they might be nefarious. Need you guys to die. It wasn't an experience I had, and we saved Strahd. So, maybe their intentions aren't as pure as we might have originally assumed.
I still, a part of me still doesn't see Strahd as a totally bad guy. Strahd's just that. Strahd.
Are we done with your alcoholic binge?
So Ireena strides over to Thixian, who is quite hammered. And she grabs him by the back of the neck. And you're quickly learning that Ireena has quite a bit of strength behind her.
Are we doing the scene from The Princess Bride? Where you're trying to make Nito not drunk?
And she pulls you to the river and she ducks you. Boom! And you're like,
For the first time since we've been to the party, you've seen me smile.
and she brings your head up and you're just sputtering and she slams it back into the river.
It's the scene from The Princess Bride. I love that scene.
The whole time I'm sitting there going, man, I'm so with me right now.
She dunks you about 4 times. She lets you look, and she looks at you, and she goes, "Are we sober yet?"
Fine. Stop being an idiot, Thixian. I know you are definitely, you like to drink a lot, but stop. I'm serious right now. Exactly. Whenever it gets serious, I get drunk. Fine. But this means that I'm not gonna be able. This means I'm gonna have to take care of you because you're too stupid to take care of yourself.
That's fine.
Thanks a lot, Mom. I almost fell.
What? Are you talking to me?
That's how drunk you are.
All right. So you travel down the old Spitch Road, mingering into a valley watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and the south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses against the wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates, with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half-dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled upon them. I'm so nice, I got y'all straight to Vallaki without making y'all do random encounters. Don't y'all love y'all's DM tonight?
Yes.
You're still quite a ways away from the town. You can see it, you're kind of looking over it, but you still have about a half a mile.
Nice and friendly. We might have had a problem.
What do y'all do?
Pigs of the drunken idiot.
Check in there close to that Grim. What's Grim doing?
Pigs of the sober.
Grim is just sitting there licking himself at this point. She's licking herself.
Alright. Ask Ireena if there is anything that she knows about this village. Safe.
I know my father has been here a few times. I haven't. I know they have a burgomaster, just like our town does. It's a bigger village. It's a bigger town compared to Barovia. I'm sure they have better merchants too.
Yeah, we're all poor.
I'm sure that there's work to be found in the town. I know a lot of people have left Barovia to go to Vallaki because there's not a lot of employment in the village.
Shall we continue on?
You tell me, don't look at me.
I'm asking the party.
I mean, that's kind of where we're going, isn't it?
Yes, but is there anything else you want to do before we continue on? Or should we
Find
continue on?
some food.
Yeah, do you want me to cook? I got plenty of.
We're half a mile from the gate to the village.
There's no real.
And y'all been eating and drinking plenty of them.
Yes. I
What
can
do you
still
mean,
smell
tea?
Thixian from way over here.
There was food there? I don't know. Whatever the fuck you ate.
You want jerky?
So someone stole your sweet ball.
You guys decide, I'll follow.
I mean, if we're gonna go there, might as well go there. There's really no reason for us not.
Alright, at this point, I'm just continue walking.
Alright. So you approach the gate, and there's 2 town guards, a male and a female human, standing just inside the gate. They carry pikes that are long enough to be able to stab and creatures through the bars. And as you approach the female of the two, is quite suspicious. And she's like, "What do you want?"
We have come from afar and wish to enter the town. Yes, please. We mean no harm.
What is your business here in this town?
Sanctuary? I guess.
Sanctuary from what?
We have some activity here. We have been invited.
Invited by who?
Someone. What was his name again? We're escorting Lady Ireena here.
I know no Ireena.
She is the younger sister of the Burgermeister of
You don't even know where you came from.
Barovia?
Barovia.
The diplomacy sucks.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word.
The woman looks past you to Ireena. And Ireena says, "Yes, I am Ireena Kolyana. I am the daughter of the former burgomaster of the village of Barovia. And I am the sister to the current burgomaster of Barovia." And the two guards look at each other in disgust. They look and they say, "We'll let you in, but not because of you." However, while you are inside these gates, we expect you to obey the laws of our town.
Anything specific? Number?
Don't be a douche.
Because they're like, I know we've been to one village that had some really strange laws. Village taking.
All inhabitants of the village are required to be at any festival that is held. No exceptions. Do not cause any problems, and we won't have any problems.
No. You should be over here right now.
So the female of the guard walks over and she raises the gate and allows y'all to pass through. She closes the gate behind you. And y'all are now inside Vallaki. What are y'all gonna do?
Figure out the layout and set you first. Take a big, nice.
Ireena, do you know where we're going? I know you've never been here before, but where are you?
Give me a pencil. Well, I think the first stop we should make is probably at the inn.
Let us find the inn.
There's an inn?
Can you say this side? There should be. Wow.
And all the happens. I'm gonna talk to the man here. Hi. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something. I'm kind of acting kind of really suspicious of my advice. Is there something wrong?
No. You just think.
Because I've noticed that you've been saying they kind of smell like cupcakes or they kind of smell like cake.
No, you guys, we could walk right now. I can smell you about 3 miles away.
I only have only 3 miles?
You, maybe 10.
I've only had like 2 cups of wine. The rest I stored in my bag so I can.
Alright, guys.
No.
With the fact y'all made it to Vallaki safely, welcome to level 4.
Yay!
What do I get level
You get your feats, don't you?
I think so.
At level 4?
4? Level 4 might be the first, attribute boost.
I think so. And you get a feat.
4 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's level 4. So, Ireena turns to the female guard, and she's like, "Is there an inn in the town?" And the woman's like, "Go up the road, you'll find the Blue Water Inn up ahead. You can't miss it.
You're very loud, ma'am.
Do you want to cause a problem?"
She's a soldier. She's got stuff.
Are we gonna have a problem with you?
No.
I'll fucking pluck your ass.
Just, my friends here have been drinking a lot tonight. They're a little bit tired and weary. So please forgive any ridiculousness that may come out of their mouth.
Well, you might want to gag him.
Trust me, I'm the one to gag them all for sure. And bind them. And leave them in the saddle.
My dad sent me a message. It says, help me, there's a blue dragon flying around my room." Yes.
How would you say?
Think he's been hitting the wine too. Yeah. So, are y'all going straight to the inn?
Why not?
Yeah. Principal for now.
Y'all can get some rooms, get your hangovers over with, eat your pies.
Hopefully.
That'd be darn
We're hoping to
good.
get the money for it.
All right, let's get you guys to the inn, because we're like 20 till 10. So, all right. So as y'all are walking up the street, you see a building, gray smoke issuing from the chimney of a large 2-story building. It's made out of wood, with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hangs above the main entrance, depicting a blue waterfall.
What's the raven doing?
They're just hanging out.
Don't shoot the damn raven.
Yeah, please don't throw a rock. Oh my god, could y'all see Connor throwing rocks at the ravens right now?
I can help Connor out, and I read weapons.
They're just hanging out. They're just chilling on the roof. Okay, what are y'all doing?
Going inside.
Going inside.
Inspecting the ravens. Just
No, I'm going
I'm
inside.
gonna make a sword something.
All right, so you walk into the Blue Water Inn. There's a few what appears to be locals hanging around, having dinner around a fire. There is a man with jet black hair, kind of a handsome man, behind the counter.
I guess I'll go and talk to the innkeeper.
How many rooms do we need?
I'm gonna see how much money a room is, and then go from there.
So you walk over to the innkeeper, and he's like, "You look like new people. Welcome to the Blue Water Inn.
We are.
How can I help you today?"
Can we have a room? Yeah, or 2 rooms.
Ah, rooms are 1 electro piece each.
What?
Piece of electrum?
Electrum. 1 electrum each.
That's really expensive.
It's less than a gold.
No, it's other ravens.
Oh, less than. I have one
here you
You're
go.
talking to somebody who once played a swashbuckler.
I know.
Money wasn't the laugh, I would know.
You said a room is one?
One electrum. And then if you are hungry, there's hot beet soup and fresh bread at no additional cost.
What? 6
Yeah.
months?
You gotta consider boxes with y'all too.
I know, that's fine.
Doesn't say all you gotta taste.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I give you a gold piece, will you just give me some change?
Sure. I mean, that's how it works.
Okay, I'll give you a gold piece.
All right, so he exchanges that out. So he gives you your change, and he says, I'll have my wife bring up bread and the beet soup. If you decide you would rather wolf steak, wolf steak is 1 electrum for a meal. Do you require extra furs or anything like that for your beds?
I don't think so.
All right. So he pulls out. You said three rooms, right?
No,
6.
6. Everyone's getting their own room.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. There's only 3 rooms.
Okay, so 4 rooms is fine. We can just do 2 at a time.
All right. And then
For whatever reason, I was like, for sure.
she kind of looks at you.
Not like that.
We can.
I just don't want to end up
I'm not sharing a bed with you.
I don't.
You touch me, and you'll find out exactly what I can do with a pointy sword.
They'll be.
Okay.
Trust me. But I need someone. If we have to share a room, I need someone that's going to be sane.
I'm gonna be sane. Anet, you're my bro though.
The innkeeper also tells you, we have wine, for 3 copper pieces. We have purple grape mash, number 3. We have either a pint of the superior red dragon crush for 1 silver piece. So if you require wine, me and my wife will be more than happy to help you with any of that. We do not serve breakfast in the morning. We do not open the kitchen till noon for lunch.
You have any ale?
I'm sorry, we only have the wine.
Alright, back to the game. Would you mind if I took you over there, put down a hat, and just play for a bit?
We have a performer that's going to be here shortly that is scheduled for tonight, but we might be able to work something out for tomorrow.
Sounds good. We're new to this land, and we're desperate need of scratch.
Alright, full party side. I got a plan. I have a spell, alright? Don't worry about this. It won't hurt anybody, alright? But this musician, I can deafen him, and he won't be able to play. And then he gets spot. It's not nice, per se, but it hurts nobody.
As an honorable bard, I like, if someone else is gonna play, I'm not gonna steal their spot. Unless they offer it, and then gotcha, but I can make it. So yeah, if you would be so kind as to allow me maybe tomorrow a slot, that would be great.
Yes, we can definitely accommodate, and I'll talk to the other performer. His name's Rictavio, and
What'd you say?
Rictavio, and I'm sure he would not mind allowing another entertainer to share the stage. As far as making money, after you are well rested, come talk to me. I might have something that you could help me with that can put some gold in your pocket.
Toss a coin into your wish.
Yes. So, you go upstairs, you figure out who's sleeping in what rooms. Alright, you're sharing a room with
Fox.
Halo is in another room just sitting in a chair.
He's just downstairs.
Are you gonna eat some pie before you go to bed?
Yes.
Alright, so you go to sleep, you have sweet dreams. You have eaten the third portion of your pie.
There's what?
4. You have 1 portion left.
Oh, those are some big pie.
You have 3 pieces down, you have 1 piece left. And I think y'all sleeping in the inn is a good place. Because I'm sure Fox is going to want to be here for the next things that happen. Because now, y'all are in Vallaki, things are fixing to
Get nuts.
pick up. You're fixing to start meeting people. Some of these people are very, very important to this game.
Okay. Sounds good to me.